Hello everyone, this is a little ASMR video of my little holiday in the Gold Coast, Australia. For those that don't know, the Gold Coast is a nice holiday destination in Queensland. It's my favourite place to go for a holiday. I was feeling pretty stressed from work with the channel getting bigger, so I took some time for myself. So, hope you enjoy seeing the little footage that I filmed. Sorry that a lot of it is filmed vertically. I didn't think that through. So here we are at the SeaWorld Resort. This is the all-you-can-eat buffet. It's really good. They got cute little plushies too. And right off the bat, the second I got there, I dropped my things and I headed into the main theme park. This is SeaWorld, a theme park that is located next to the resort I stayed at, SeaWorld Resort. For those curious, SeaWorld Australia has nothing to do with SeaWorld America. They're completely different companies, they're not related. If you're concerned watching this video, you can feel happy knowing that SeaWorld Australia does really amazing animal conservation efforts and are pretty amazing at being kind to animals, so I hope that makes the ASMR experience feel a little more guilt-free. So, here I am walking into the park. I am always so excited whenever I get to do this. Here's me. I'm chilling. My hair's a mess in a lot of these videos, so be ready for that. Yeah, I tried to rush to the jet rescue ride, my favorite ride, but it was closed. My game plan was to rush and get to there first. But luckily there was other rides to do, like various SpongeBob rides. And a Boots ride that's always closed. Yeah, Boots Banana Boogie is closed every time I've ever been there. Somehow, that I got to ride the SpongeBob boat ride. It was really fun. And yes, your eyes don't deceive you if you're watching the screen. That is SpongeBob and Patrick walking over to take a photo of me. This park has Nickelodeon licenses to the characters SpongeBob, Dora, and Paw Patrol. So you'll see characters around, also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but here's me with SpongeBob and Patrick. And here is a seagull that stole my food. I was doing like a thing we got to feed the stingrays, and this seagull, who apparently has a name, according to the staff, Stumps, stole my fish. It was pretty funny though. Here's the dolphins. They're chilling. I think the dolphins are 100% the first thing you should do if you come here for the first time, because all the tricks are like actually breathtaking. Like that one, they just did like some kind of corkscrew flip. Makes you wonder how they do such a thing, huh? Later in the video you see I get to do a behind the scenes thing. Yeah, that dolphin just did a moonwalk. But later on I get to see part of how they train the dolphins to do those amazing tricks. Here's a seal getting a little treat. I actually got to talk to the people that look after the seals, and I was told that apparently the seals do like a little test to check how smart they are by seeing how fast they can hit on-screen touchscreen panels like a video game. And apparently one of the seals was so smart that the people that made the test had to make more advanced ones. So they were a very smart seal, it seems. Here's the little underwater area. It has a bit of glass so you can peer through. There's some people snorkeling. Later in the trip, I'm actually inside there snorkeling. It's so fun. No footage though, because I don't have a GoPro. They're pretty expensive for like using it like once. There's a little fish swimming around. It's really fun to see this kind of stuff, you know? Yeah, there's a little shark there. There's like a type of shark where like it's kind of stingray looking. Various fish swimming around. It's a place to be, honestly. And then there's some fish swimming around. You might notice pretty quickly I set up all the footage before recording this voiceover that you're hearing. So sometimes some footage will play way longer than it maybe needs to, but this is an ASMR video. There's nothing wrong with going a little slow. Hope you enjoy the fish, and I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I know the ASMR side channel is a little niche side project of mine, but I care about it very much. And I hope this little adventure into my holiday is entertaining, or at least relaxing enough to sleep to. There's another shark there. They're actually not that scary to swim next to, because you kind of know they're not going to hurt you. Sharks are actually pretty friendly animals. It's kind of you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Here's how they clean the little reef they have. It's actually really interesting how they do that. And then we have some seagulls, or pelicans. They have a little area for rehabilitating pelicans that can't fly very well from memory. And then, like all the animals here, they release them into the wild eventually. Pretty often too, actually. I know last time I was here, there was like some animals that were already released by the time I came back again. There's the vortex in the background, a little spinny ride that goes upside down. I think this ride used to be in Dreamworld, which is another theme park. So I think they just moved to the location down the road to this theme park. There's a little photo there, little nostalgia. I recreated the same pose that I did looking at a penguin. I always do it every time I go. I think that's the 4th time I've done that picture. I hope to do it much more. Here's a little bird. Very chill. Yeah. Here's me just chilling at the little jellyfish area. Super fun. I always love how this place looks. And now, here's me failing to do a quiz that I probably should have gotten right as a local. I was shocked. At least where I'm recording from, I can't actually read the screen very well. But I got that question right, so yay me. Miscellaneous photos of plushies. That little Dora area. And the seal chilling. The seal show's changed a lot since I was little. I used to go to this theme park a lot when I was a really, really little kid. This show used to be about a detective seal, like, apprehending a criminal that, like, didn't care for the environment. Whereas now it's more of a typical, like, environment PSA with cool seal tricks. Still absolutely wonderful to go see. Highly recommend. It's one of the best parts.
So I'm a bit tired, I won't lie, but it was really hype. I got to see SpongeBob, I got to ride rides. Red Ski was closed, but other than that, it was very cool. Got to actually ride the SpongeBob boat ride for the first time, because it was always closed whenever I went. I tried to do the entire day, like from opening to closing hours, but I got too tired. But I gave it my all. I did everything I could. It was really fun. Now I'm gonna get changed and hopefully go swimming. I have no idea how cold it will be, but hopefully it's not too busy, we'll find out. And if it is busy, I can comedically segue to the fact it's busy. Yeah. This is my room, by the way. The reason there's so many beds is not because I'm with anyone else. They just have more of these rooms at a cheaper rate. So I always buy the family rooms, and it's like literally just me every time. Yeah. That's. Wait, can I use the lo-fi songs? Uh-oh.
And here's me, ready to go for a swim.
Pull was achieved. It was really fun.
I already swam.
Now we vibe until the seafood buffet that's later in the day. I got about an hour to rest, judging by my eye bags. I probably need the rest, but I'm a bit too stubborn, but I'll try to rest just for a little. Um, uh, Embarrassingly, the floor is a bit wet. Yeah, I didn't think that through. Awkward. I'm gonna go dry now. I had a lot of seafood. It was really good. I almost feel like I won't be able to eat ever again. That's how much I ate. Hopefully I didn't get sick, but it tasted really good. So, if I do get sick, then it was worth it.
And here we are at day 2 of our wonderful little holiday. So, let's explore, shall we? Here we are at the beach. A wonderful little beach. The plan today was to build a sandcastle. Now, this is actually meant to be the actual ASMR video for this channel, and this vlog was meant to be on the main channel. However, I didn't record enough footage of me talking into the camera, so hence why it's here. You might be wondering what happened to the sandcastle video. Well, here's part of it. You can't really see the castle very well, and I wasn't sure how to do voiceover over it, so I kind of cancelled the idea. But here's the sandcastle anyway. If you want to see the full thing, let me know, and I'll try to grab the footage. But honestly, it was a really fun time. And I kind of forgot I was filming, to be honest, until the end. That's a cool sandcastle. Now, as you can kind of see, it's kind of cloudy today. Consider that foreshadowing for today's events. Here's me watching Sponge. I love SpongeBob. Hence me being at a SpongeBob theme park, right? Okay, so this is Wet n Wild, which is a water park, so you go down slides and stuff. I got injured in the first 10 minutes. It's really embarrassing. So I went on this thing, the Flow Rider, which wasn't available the other times I've been, so I was really excited. You had the option to stand on the surfboard or, say, lying down. Unfortunately, I fell off while standing up, and I got really hurt. I landed directly on the back of my neck, I'm afraid. I won't give too much detail because this is meant to be relaxing, right? But, yeah, this didn't pan out how I expected, I won't lie to you. Surprisingly, I kept going, and I think I let myself fly off like 4 more times. Then I kind of decided, okay, maybe I should tap out, you know? It seems I gave myself a lot of time to talk about this, but what else can I say about it? The staff that walked me over was actually very kind. They told me that apparently the Flow Rider is the source of like 99% of their injuries or something. You could just see the little formals given in the medical room. So if you don't want to get injured at Wet n Wild, if you avoid the Flow Rider, you'll probably be fine. This ride was a bit chaotic, but hey, I gave it my best. That's all you can really do. I'm glad I tried it. It kind of made the rest of the day very hard, though. I won't lie. It was a bit emotionally difficult to fall over like that. But hey, here's a photo from the internet like the last one. So I'm going to have this photo here for when I talk about kind of the rest of my day at Wet n Wild. So I still had fun, don't get me wrong, but it kind of stormed. It rained like crazy. I went on this ride, the river rapids first. Once I was kind of out of the medical room, and I had a blast. Honestly, I love this slide so much. And getting to go to a theme park in a gender-affirming swimsuit, pretty healing, I won't lie. When I was a little kid, I didn't actually like this theme park that much, but that's because of dysphoria more than anything. This slide, so fun, oh my god. I highly recommend it. It's not the craziest slide, but it's very re-slidable. You can go on the ride many times and it's still fun, I think. And the line's usually not too bad. Depends, but a problem that came a bit early is it's really cold. Because it was raining and there was a thunderstorm looming. The atmosphere was strange, I guess. When I was on the slides, it was like bliss. You know, you have this crazy rainstorm. You're going down the slide and it's pretty magical, I won't lie. The water's surprisingly warm. You feel the rain flying in. It feels pretty cool. I think that was a big highlight for me, I admit. But once you got out of the water, the coldness would actually hit you really hard. It was so cold. I found myself shivering, unfortunately. But I kind of said to myself that no matter what happened that day, that I would make the most of my little adventure. It was a special day after all. So I did my best, very genuinely. I went on every single slide that I wanted to, despite being freezing cold. I believe it got so bad that they actually closed down the park early, actually. I don't know if I misremember that, but I remember them announcing that like the park was closed. You had to leave. So I admit I got what you'd call some pretty bad luck. I won't lie to you. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? I had my friends cheering me on when I checked my messages on my phone, telling me to keep trying. And I did. I tried my best. It was really hard though, I admit. Really hard. But I tried my best, and for that I'm proud of it. It was still fun though. There's like a ride you can do where you like go on a little donut thing and you sit on it and you kind of go down the stream. I think that ride was actually enhanced by the storm because the current felt a bit quicker and the rain was kind of refreshing in that context. And it looked pretty cool actually. Seeing everyone just chill in this funny little donut together. It's always really hard to get off that ride because you gotta jump off the donut, but there's like a bunch of people behind you. So you gotta be a little careful. But it was fun. I got off it and I think the next one I went to was the hot tub ones. They have these little hot tub springs. And this was closed the first time I went here as an adult, but the last few times I've been, it's been pretty nice, I find. It's nice and warm. I had a really cozy time. I think you really appreciate the warmth of a spa when it's kind of a thunderstorm. At this point, people were starting to leave. It was kind of crazy, actually. Everyone was like huddled up in the food places or leaving entirely. But I found a strategy to not be as cold. I actually started I grabbed my towel and I like wore it like a cape. And what I did was I'd get out off each ride and then I'll dry myself really rapidly to make myself less cold. And then I'll jump to the next ride. I think doing this really made the day go so much better. So for that, I'm really proud of that. I think I really learned how much I cared about this kind of thing. Like, going to a fun theme park and making time for myself. I really cared about it, and I wasn't gonna let a storm stop me. Now, did I let a storm stop me? Not really. They had to literally kick everyone out of the park. I think once it gets too stormy, it becomes a little unsafe, which is super fair. Um, a lot of the other slides there, I sadly couldn't go on because they're like only for people that are in groups, and I always go to these kind of vacation spots on my own, which is always kind of fun because people kind of stare at you a little funny. I think it's because solo traveling isn't that common, but I think it's become more popular these days. Um, I don't know, maybe like stuff like TikTok and YouTube kind of normalize solo traveling. So even if you're not vlogging, right? I highly recommend giving a solo travel a try if you're ever interested. It's a really fun thing to do. And even in scenarios where it doesn't go your way, if you have enough willpower to keep doing your adventure, then I guess you have it right there. You can keep trying. You don't have to rely on other people having the willpower, I guess. There's a couple of other slides, but one of them, there's this ride where you ride on your stomach, but you have a little mat thing under you that you slide on. I didn't go on that one because I always get injured, and I was already injured. Speaking of that, the injury was pretty nice to my body around then. It didn't affect my ability to have fun or like go on the rides, which I'm very thankful for. Like that could have easily been a very horrible injury. Honestly, it affects me more in day 3, but day 3 goes a lot smoother, don't worry. This is the only major road bump per se. The only other major attraction, which was so fun, there was a wave pool, kind of a staple of these kind of amusement parks. And I think water parks really benefit from wave pools because, like, it really helps with crowd congestion because everyone can jump in the pool. So not everyone's on a ride. So it works well for queues. This is footage from the day. You can see how kind of rainy it is. And here's a photo of my hot dog from earlier. I love the hot dogs they have here. So this is footage from when they said parks closed. So I went next door to Warner Brothers Movie World, another amazing theme park, and it was my amazing plan B. I'm really glad I had a chance to go to this theme park as part of like the little package I have. This right here is the Roadrunner roller coaster. This is my first major roller coaster I went on when I was like 5. I love going on this thing. It's so fun, and I'll be real, the rain kind of added to it. It didn't fit the theming of being in a desert, but it was kind of cool to see such a familiar theme park, but in such a different way, I guess. It did make me appreciate the days where it was sunnier, though. You can tell it really affects the staff's ability to do things. Like here, for example, this is the Warner Brothers Star Parade, where various Warner Brothers characters run out and are on parade floats. But today, because of the rain, they weren't on parade floats. You can see around a lot of people on little blankets and stuff and towels because it's so rainy. And it's a bit hard to see, but over there, that's Beetlejuice from the movie Beetlejuice. They had a funny skit they did where they asked a little girl in the audience trivia questions about Beetlejuice, and the answer to all 3 questions was Beetlejuice, which if you say his name 3 times, he appears. And then that's when he jumped on the stage. I thought that was really funny. The little girl misspoke, so technically she said it like 4 times. Well, like 3.5. There's Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. There's Joker and Harley Quinn. I think the guy that played Beetlejuice was like really good. Definitely look up clips online, but his voice is like, he nailed it. Like I mean, he was the most convincing out of the characters here. Probably the best I've seen, even though I'm not that familiar with the movie. But when I was there, it was October, so like the movie like just came out. So they're pretty heavily promoting it. We got Batman and Robin. Robin was a kind of recent addition. I remember in the past there wasn't a Robin. There wasn't a Wonder Woman either, but she has her own show now. Sadly, I didn't get footage of it, I don't think. But it was very cool. There's the Looney Tunes, which was always my favorite. I like Bugs Bunny a lot. He's just a funny little guy, you know? And honestly, I'll be real, this parade really cheered me up. Beyond belief, without a shadow of a doubt. I had an amazing day at the water park, don't get me wrong, but I still had to kind of overcome emotional challenges to still make the most of my limited time I had in this wonderful place, you know? And when I was here, it felt worth it, you know? Like I made the most of Wet n Wild, and when I went next door to Movie World, it still felt magical. So this felt like a really big moment that really let me feel really good and comfy, you know? It made me feel like, yeah, I did it. Especially with the motivational music in the background, which you can't hear it because YouTube would destroy me, but the song playing in the background is I don't is the song called Don't Stop Me Now by Queen? It's the one where they say don't stop me over and over. Is that what the song's actually called? I actually don't know, I apologize. But that's the show. And there's Beetlejuice running around. He did a lot of interacting with people on the main street throughout the day. It was pretty cool. It's a shame I didn't get to see the parade floats, but this is cool too. You can also see on the TV here that Supergirl's here too, so that's cool. There's Scooby. The guy that plays Shaggy, it's always a different guy when I come here, but they've never had anyone that like nailed the voice yet. I hope one day they do. They're really friendly though. Yeah, high fives. Greenland always had these big shoulder pads. Yeah, I think Wonder Woman being here was really cool. It stinks it took so long for her to be added, but I think she makes a really big difference. And, yeah. Is this the part where they dance? I know there's like a bit where the Looney Tunes characters do a big dance number. Or maybe they already did that. You'll notice my footage, if you're watching, is a bit shaky. That's because I'm not really looking at my camera feed when I film these. Because, well, it's my holiday. I'm gonna stare at the action in front of me. But, you know, I try to make sure it faces generally where I'm looking. And then I just kind of hope the footage is okay later. That's why a lot of this footage isn't perfect. And here they come. They're ready to dance. I love this little dance number they do. Yeah, like when they wave their arms around, they're like, yeah, I like it. Look at them go. I have a story when I was really, really little where I wanted to get a photo of Bugs Bunny, but it was these breaks, so he had to say no and I cried, and then I got a photo anyway. So that always sticks to me whenever I see the Bugs Bunny at Movie World. It reminds me how far I came as a person in a weird way. A day like I had this day, I don't think little kid me would be able to handle very easily. But today, I think I did the best anyone possibly could. I'm proud of that. So now we're up to where I did the Tom and Jerry 4D animation. I was a bit nervous I was going to run out of time. I tried to sneak this in before it closed. But I couldn't film it, as you can imagine. But it was a really fun time. And you're going to see a little loop of the Green Lantern ride, which is at the front of the park. I think Movie World Australia has become kind of famous internationally in the roller coaster scene. Mostly because of the DC ride and the Hypercoaster, I think it's called. The one themed around Joker, Harley Quinn and stuff. which is that purple ride you can kind of see in the background. That ride's very popular. Too scary for me, but I think that put Australia on the map. Here's me after a very long day and a bus that was 1 hour late, and I had to wait in the cold. So I'm sitting here with my very expensive room service because I need to treat myself, watching an Alpharad YouTube video in the background because I really like his videos. I had some chips, some curry, some long bread, and some potato chips. I was meant to get a massage this night, but because of the delays, I unfortunately missed out. But the day after, I was going to get the massage anyway, so it worked out. Maybe today was a bit crazy, but you know what? I'm glad I went. I feel like I could have easily, in the first 10 minutes when I fell on my neck, I probably could have easily said, nope, I'm going back to the hotel. But that wouldn't be very fun, would it? So, I'm glad I stayed. I still went on every ride I wanted to. I still enjoyed a water park in the rain, which is kind of cool in retrospect. The way the rain sounds and the water around you is actually such a cool atmosphere. And there's something so fun about walking around the water park, hearing cute pop songs play. You better believe the song Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter played a million times. Because Song of the Summer and all that. Well, last day. I will be real with you. I'm unsure how I'm going to address how yesterday went in video form. It was still a great day, but got a bit crazy. But I'm still glad I came, and I have one more day. So I'm gonna go to SeaWorld. It's gonna be great. Got a lot planned. Also, yeah, my stuff's drenched over there. Alright, day 3. It's still really cold. I admit it's still raining like crazy, but that's not stopping me. I'm here really early, right when the pool is gonna open. I'm the only one here, because I was the only one crazy enough to go to the pool at 7 a.m. in a thunderstorm. I was living. I think at this point I was kind of used to it. So really, day 2 kind of trained me for day 3. However, I was pretty early, so I had to wait a bit for the pool to actually open. But I gotta be real with you. This is really fun, actually. So they have the spa, which is nice and warm and really nice. But also the general pool, it was so empty that I had an entire resort pool to myself. I mean, that's... people pay so much for that kind of experience, you know? And I got it for sheer luck. The misfortune of the weather of my trip actually turned into fortune. There's a little waterfall you can see over there. You can swim under it, and it's really cool. I gotta be real. I'm really thankful for this experience. Yeah, the weather isn't ideal, but I made it work. And as you can see, I look way more determined today. This is my last day of the trip, and I am gonna make it special. I told myself, no matter what, I want to remember these days. You know, you never know how many you have. So, first up, I believe I went to Jet Rescue because it was open. Now, if you're a little tired of hearing me talk about bad stuff happening, yeah, you're in luck. Today went really good. I think my luck turned around. You'll see what I mean later, but I got really lucky in this one case. So, it seems I zoomed in the camera accidentally. You can tell I'm not really looking at the camera. My eyes are on Jet Rescue, which, like I mentioned, is this ride right here. We tried to go on day 1, but it was closed. This is Australia's first double launch coaster, which just means there's 2 parts where it launches you for extra speed. The ride does not go high up, but it's really fast. It looks a little baby when you look at it, but it goes really fast. It's really cool. I went on it quite a few times because I figured the crowd was going to get pretty big, so I decided to make the most of it. Here's some fish characters from SpongeBob. I've never seen those walk around characters before. I wonder if they're rare. In my hands right here, though, I have fast pass vouchers, or the equivalent of fast pass for the Americans. Um, this is called like fast track in Australia. So because of the weather, which I mentioned earlier, because of the weather, my scuba diving experience was delayed. Because I was so kind to the staff, apparently, that's how they put it. Because I was really nice, they gave me a bunch of fast track vouchers to apologize. They didn't have to do that. They only delayed it by an hour. So I got 4 fast track vouchers, which are single use tokens that let you go on rides. And this is what it looks like to use FastPass. This is Jet Rescue again, my favorite ride. The line there is nearly at the capacity of the waiting area. That would have taken me like probably half an hour to get through that. But here I am walking to the front like I own the place. I felt pretty cool. It was a magical experience. My luck turned around. I felt so happy. I nearly cried in joy. This is the little reef area. I did a little scuba dive, as I mentioned. It was so fun. You got to swim around with all sorts of fish and sharks and stingrays. And I really, I felt like I was more comfortable as a swimmer this time because I've done the snorkel a few times. And the other times I had trouble breathing because I wasn't used to the snorkel system. For those that haven't done it before, you have to breathe out of your mouth instead of your nose, which is a bit tricky for some people. Especially if you're a nose breather. I'm more of a nose breather nowadays because I was told to do it when I was doing voice training. So you have to swap for snorkeling. If you swim near the glass, you actually get to wave at all the people looking at the fish. So I'm probably on someone's random family photo album, which I can live with that. Suppose people walking around me don't know they're in a YouTube vlog. I try my best not to film anyone's faces because privacy is important. I don't really know how to do the effect to blur out faces, so I'm just going to try my best to avoid footage of people. Because it'd be a bit self-indulgent of me to film other people and expect them to be okay with that. I think when you vlog, it's easy to unintentionally feel like a main character or whatever. But no, you're just one person with a community of people enjoying the ride. So that's why I'm not talking to the camera in SeaWorld, because I think I just didn't want to do that, I admit. Maybe I could have, but hey. I think I'd feel better doing that if I was with someone else, but I had a good time. The snorkel was magic. And luckily, almost immediately, I got to jump into the next big thing I paid for. And that's giving the dolphins ice cubes. This is the behind the scenes at SeaWorld experience you could get. And they take you behind the scenes. That's the stage. I'm standing where the dolphin show is viewed. Those seats over there, I was sitting there the other day. We got to find out how they played with the animals and made them feel happy. In this case, apparently they throw in ice cubes to hydrate them. Apparently it hydrates them. I didn't know aquatic animals could hydrate, but I'm glad they're staying hydrated. So they kind of munch on these little cubes. And I had a lot of fun throwing them in, seeing them eat it. And I asked the zookeeper, well, not the zookeeper, I guess, the SeaWorld staff, all sorts of questions. I was so curious. It was so fun to learn more about them. I also asked if the dolphin Scooter was there because there's a dolphin named Scooter, and I have a photo in my room of me standing next to Scooter the dolphin. So if you ever go to SeaWorld Australia, ask to pet Scooter. Because they're my little buddy. They don't remember me, but I remember Scooter. The dolphins are super smart, super joyful, and a good time. And now we get to see some turtles. So, like, I think you get the idea at this point, but basically, like, the theme park has the rides in one section, and then they have exhibits of animals in others. It's pretty cool, actually. having such different experiences in one place. And I think it makes you appreciate it more because they're like, you can do a quiet activity like look at the animals and then go straight into a roller coaster. It's a very cool thing. Again, I'm just so thankful for it. Um, I only could just afford this holiday because I have my little thing in Thailand soon, surgery stuff. So I wanted to do a little holiday here before I went because I knew I wouldn't be able to swim for a bit. And I'm really glad I snuck this in to my schedule. It wasn't easy. I had to save a lot of money, but I'm so glad I went. I think this is the holiday I kind of appreciated the most. I don't know if that's due to me getting a little older. Not by much, I'm 25. But I think at this point I'm more appreciative of experiences. And I don't want to lose that, I guess. If I become ungrateful to the things around me, well, that won't be very fun, will it? So I want to try my best to appreciate every moment. And this holiday kind of taught me that. It's not something many get to do. And I'm really thankful I got to be someone that could. And I'll do my best to make sure I can come back again. Here we are walking with the staff. The staff were very friendly, by the way. We asked them all sorts of questions. We asked them which animals are the best at playing the games, or like the seal screen game I mentioned earlier. There's one turtle named Scotty that doesn't have movement in their back legs, so we got to ask how they're able to how they're going, and we're told that despite that limitation they've been able to live a happy life in the little reef area where they live with the other fishies. So I'm glad they're doing their best to help animals in need. All the animals that happen to be in SeaWorld tend to be rescue animals that were usually the result of overfishing or dumping fishing equipment into the sea. So not too many animals are here too long, but the ones that are tend to exceed the lifespan that they typically have, which is interesting. But, when they're able to fully support themselves, they're sent back into the wild where they can roam free. And I'm glad they do that. I think around here was when I asked them about the seals and the screen test again, because this is the seal area. You can actually get a good look of it now. There's little water areas around. I've been told that apparently the exhibits are only half of their play areas. They get a whole private area they can just swim into whenever they want to, which I'm really happy to hear. Apparently this is the case in all the exhibits, including the polar bear one, the dolphin one, etc. So if they're not feeling like seeing people today, they can just go there, which that made me feel pretty happy. We all kind of need a chance to switch off. Okay, this is a rare sight for me. The polar bears here don't tend to move around much when I film them, but this one's climbing a tree. In another case, they knocked over a branch, actually. It's not an experience I get to see very much. Usually the polar bear's sleeping, which, yeah, get your sleep, valid. That was really cool to see. I believe this is more footage of the polar bear. Yeah, I think that's the branch that fell down. I got a little churro because I was getting pretty hungry. I went okay, this is a big moment for me. This ride's pretty crazy. I believe it was called the Storm Coaster. I wasn't going to go on it, but I had the fast track voucher, and normally this ride's a 1 hour, 2 hour wait. It's basically you go up in the air, you fly down, and then you get splashed. It's such a cool ride. I wasn't going to go on it, but my friends encouraged me. They were sending Discord messages while I was eating my churro, being like, yeah, go on the ride. So I did. I'm glad I did. Here's the penguin area. Just chilling. Yeah, I think like the speaker that did the penguin talk, I think it was one of her like first times doing it. So it's interesting seeing like how much of a skill goes into doing a penguin talk. It's not an easy thing to do. And I think for one of her first kind of goes, she did really good. The staff were really wonderful. They answered all sorts of questions. I always mention this, but at a penguin talk a few years ago at SeaWorld, I learnt that penguins are not monogamous, they're polyamorous, which means when you have more than one partner sometimes. Penguins can do that, which is interesting. And yeah, just some penguins chilling out. There used to be a bird that used to hang out with them, but they don't seem to be there right now. Maybe they're released back in the wild, I don't remember. Yeah, so at this point in the holiday, we're actually, well, nearly at the end actually. Crazy, huh? I know for you, lovely audience, this is just 46 minutes, but for me, this is some of the best 3 days of my life, despite the obstacles. I know maybe day 2 made it sound like a bad holiday, but honestly, it was incredible. It made me appreciate everything, and every little victory felt amazing. And for that, I'm really grateful. As you can see right here, it's time for me to go. SeaWorld is always hard to leave for the last time that holiday. If I remember correctly, I nearly cried. Because I had such a good time. Happens every time. My hair's a mess, but I'm feeling good. What a magical experience. Yeah, that was the last meal I had before I headed off. I was waiting for my bus for the airport. Those nachos are really good, by the way. It's in like what's it called? I think it's the Birdshed Cafe, or maybe that's the name of the other cafe. It's a really nice nacho place. And I'll be real, the emotions are hitting. I wanted to stay longer so bad, but I actually had another little thing lined up for my little holiday, if you can believe it or not. After this holiday, I went into a second one. I was kind of speed running holidays because, well, once I go to Thailand and get bottom surgery as a trans person, I won't be able to move around too much for like a couple of months. So I wanted to satisfy the travel bug, so to speak. Now, that second part of the holiday would have to be a different video, I'm afraid. So if you want to see a follow-up of my journey to Melbourne for a pop culture convention called PAX, let me know and I'll do it. I will say that PAX was very fun, and I actually got to meet a lot of viewers of the Fairyprincesslucy channel, which that's the first time I got to do that in a convention setting, so thank you very much anyone that came to speak with me. If you're listening to this video, I'm really glad we got to speak. It was all the interactions are really kind. I really appreciate that. But for this holiday, looking at that pool that I had that moment with, looking at the stormy weather, but I still had a summer holiday extravaganza in October. Now, did I have it coming, booking a holiday in October? Maybe. Like early October too. But hey, I'm glad I went. If I didn't go, I don't know how long it would be till I can go again. I really appreciate getting to do this, you know. I'm a bit lost for words. Um, so, in a way, the reason I can go on these nice trips is people like you that watch these kind of videos. People that, support them, and people that go on Patreon or whatever. However you want to support the channel, it means a lot. From the voice lessons to the videos. I really appreciate this opportunity. It's not an opportunity I expected to have, I must admit. And it's embarrassing how long it took me to truly appreciate that, but I really do. So I really want to sincerely thank anyone that's ever watched a video of mine. Without this opportunity, I don't know if I would have been able to have this amazing holiday. And I hope in exchange hearing about it was fun and relaxing. And there's a lot of privilege in me getting to do this. But I just want people to know I don't want to take it for granted. So, stay tuned for another part where we look into the next part of this extraordinary adventure. But what I experienced on those 3 days, that I'll never forget. And I want to work really hard next year in all the opportunities I have to go again and have an even bigger trip. And maybe next time it won't rain and wet and wild. Who knows? Thank you so much for listening. And if you have ideas for other ASMR type videos, let me know. I know my uploads are a bit slow on the ASMR channel. The reason for that, to be honest, is because I'm kind of scrambling to make videos for the main channel while I'm away in Thailand. Because I'm going to be in a recovery hospital bed and I won't really be able to make videos. So I've been making videos at a breakneck pace to try to have enough videos. But next year I hope both channels get a good amount of videos. And while I didn't talk about it much, I do want to say that the opportunity to transition and finally live as a girl, that kind of enabled me to be able to even do a holiday like this. If I was still living as a miserable boy, I don't think I would have cared about anything enough to do this. I think it's that feeling of transition that makes you appreciate wanting to actually do stuff that makes you happy. Transition doesn't solve the problems, but it makes the problems worth solving, as they say. And I felt a bit of lost childhood because I didn't get to go to these theme parks as myself. So I went back. This is one of the few cases of a simple solution, but I'm glad I went. Truly. So I'll try to make another part to this before I go away for Thailand. And when I'm back, I'll try to give it my absolute all. I mean, none of these things could have happened without this channel. I'm so thankful. I know I've said that a billion times, just I don't think the words could ever express it. So, once again, thank you so much. And if you had a great holiday memory, I'd love to hear it. And if you have any theme parks you recommend around the world, let me know. I love theme parks and I'd love to see more someday. It's a magical feeling. I love these things. like a playground for adults, basically, but with the same charm and whimsy. So I'm gonna go and have dinner. If you're sleeping to this video, have a lovely sleep. If you didn't fall asleep in time, feel free to use any other ASMR stuff I've made. Also, you can listen to the main channel because as of now, none of the videos have mid-roll ads, so unless YouTube does it themselves, but all the videos lack mid-roll ads, so you probably won't get disrupted for sleep. But if you want to download any of my videos for sleep purposes, feel free. Just make sure you watch it a little bit on the browser so I get the ad revenue, okay? Alright. But otherwise, feel free to download for sleep. It's chill. I do it. Everyone does it. Just do what you want to do. Thank you for watching this lovely little video. I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of this holiday, and I'm proud of the privilege to get to go on this kind of adventure. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for the ride. I apologize this video being so long, hence it being 2 parts, but I felt like it needed the length. Sleep well, stay hydrated, and know that you're valid. And if you want to go on an adventure on your own, just know you deserve to be able to have a wonderful adventure. Trans people, and just anyone really, deserves a chance just to go have fun and not worry about things. It's important. We need moments to let ourselves just have fun. So, I'll depart. Thank you again, with all my heart. It means the world, truly.